Hello everyone. Sorry, my voice is a little screwed up today, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. Got a bit of a throat thing going on, so that's very fun. Today we are doing a tutorial on how to make sci-fi text in this style. So as you can see, there's multiple layers of kind of plating that's going on. There's also some organic stuff at the bottom, but I'm not going to focus on that. I can go over that in another tutorial if people want to see that, because I think I have an idea how to make it, and it might look quite cool. But we're just going to focus on the actual sci-fi, like multiple layers, like glowy plating armor and stuff. So that's going to be quite interesting. I've done a little test, and it seems like it could work, so geez, sorry, bear with me. I'm gonna try and go through the process of how I would make this. Just before I go on, I was requested to do this tutorial by a man named Darin Leach. So yeah, if you want a tutorial done, or if you have any questions, feel free to email me or drop me a message on on YouTube, or drop me a message or drop me an email, anything. I check everything quite regularly, and I'll try to get out the tutorials as fast as possible. So yeah, without further ado, let's start modeling this. So I'm going to take this in as a reference texture so that we can have something to model off of. So first I'm going to create a plane. I'm going to make a new material. I'm going to go into color, and I'm going to take that I'm going to take that texture that I have, so it's over here. I'm just going to drag it into my color over there. And this is a PNG, so it does have a transparent background. That kind of messes up when you don't actually tell it there's a transparent background. So over here is just like, it makes something in the background. It doesn't look right. So what you do is you click on the little down arrow there, copy channel, go into alpha, click that, and then paste channel, and it automatically finds the transparency in it. So you can see over there, you can see it. So now it's perfectly transparent, and it's perfectly PNG. So like that. I'm going to take away the reflectance though, because that's not cool, and I'm going to put this on, not paste, copy channel. I'm going to put it on luminance, just so we don't get any lighting problems. I'm going to turn off color. So now no matter which way we look at it, it's the same color and everything. Alright, so we need to get the resolution of this right. So when we look at the place where it is set, we'll see under resolution it says 3072 by 1000. So we're going to go into our plane, and we're going to change the width and height. So 3072 by 1000 over there. Now it is completely wrong because this screwed up. Now it is completely right. There you go. That's the perfect resolution that we need. It's the perfect aspect ratio and everything. So yeah. Now we're going to rotate this up so we can model that way, and move it back in Y space so we can model in front of it, and then we're going to put a protection tag on it. Always condomize. Otherwise it can move around and we can screw everything up. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to be modeling, I'll just model the T on the side here, just this little wonky bit, just for demonstration purposes. So I'm actually going to move this tag over and then drag the T into the middle, so that anything I create will be there, and then drag the tag back on. So now we're just going to focus on this for now. So what I've seen in this, I'm actually just going to change up the resolution of this, so just go into editor and then 4000. There you go. So what I've seen is that there are about 3 layers in this of like plating. There's the front piece, the lighter metal, that's all gritty and stuff. There's the darker metal over here, that's kind of, it's more like plasticky almost. And then there's the light, there's the glowy bit. So we're just going to go through the process of creating each of those, and it's just the same process for each of them. It's just I'm trying to motion with my hands here. It's just like different layers. So what we're going to do is we're going to middle click and go into our front view again. So middle click on the front view, and then change the display to grounded shading, it's lines or whatever, just as long as you can see the texture. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the spline tools. We're going to go to linear. Now we're going to plot out the first bit of the the plating. So we're just going to go to the first grey bit. And what we're going to do is we are going to, you can see there's a bit of a bevel on it. What we're going to do is we're going to put the top part of the, we're going to plot out the top part of the bevel, and then we're going to plot out where the bevel ends. Hopefully you'll see when it's finished. So I'm going to follow the inside here. I'm just going to click along. This is the same technique that I use for other hard surface modeling. So you may be familiar with it if you follow my videos, which you should, because I'm here for you guys. I'm a community guy. There we go. Easy, just quick sketching it out. Now what we're going to do, we are going to copy and paste the spline to move it out a bit further for the end of the bevel. It is very important that you copy and paste it, because when you're working with, we're going to be working with lofts, and you need to keep the splines the same. Basically what a loft does is, just keep an eye on what I'm doing. I'm going to move it out to the end of the bevel, but I'm also going to talk. What a loft does is it takes images, well not images, it takes splines as though they were slices through an object, like an MRI, not an MRI, a CAT scan would do. I think it might be an MRI, I don't know. I'm just trying to do this a bit strangely because it is at a perspective, so I'm trying to get the things right, measurements and stuff. So it takes it like it were a CAT scan, and does the little slices through it. So that's what we're doing, we're creating the slices through splines. Just like this. Bada-boop. Bing bang bow. You have to make the sounds while you do it, otherwise it doesn't work. It's a proven fact. Proven by me. I'm just going to take this down a bit. Cool, so what you can see is that we've plotted out the inside and the outside. That's what I'm going to refer the splines as. Cool. So now we can go back into our 3D view, so middle click twice, so middle click. So we were here, middle click over here, middle click over there. Easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to space these out now in Z space so that they create depth. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our first one, our inside one, a bit further out. So select it please. Where's my, oh, there we go. There we go, we're just going to move it out a bit like this, not too much, because we're just going for that little bevel. And we're going to take the outside one, the second part. I'm going to copy and paste it, and I'm going to move it out a bit, like that. And we're going to take the first one again, copy and paste it, and move it back. So you can see it's going to like go up and then down as a little bevel. Now what we do is we grab our loft, so under there in the loft, we create that, and we've got to make sure these are in the right order. So we're going to make sure they go in steps. So the first one's on the outside, next one's over there, yeah. Next one's over there. And you can see that. And the last one's on the end. So that's what we want. So then just click and drag them all into your loft. Boom. Look at that. It's like a 3D shape. Wow. What we're going to do in the loft is we are going to edit some of the settings. What I should have done is counted how many segments I made in my spline. So I'm just going to go and do that now. So you can see there is, I'm starting in the corner here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I think it's 16, might be 17. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into our loft, and we're going to go to Mesh Subdivision U, and we're going to type 16. Bam. And there you go, that gives us the right amount of geometry. Might be 17. Yeah, it looks like it's 17. Always get that wrong. I'm going to go into display and then grounded shading, just so we can see the geometry and stuff. So we can see there's quite a lot of polygons going this way, but there's not many going these ways. And we want to keep it low poly just so we can edit it nicely. So we're going to go into the loft and we're going to see Mesh Subdivisions V. And we're just going to take that down as far as possible. And there you can see it is a nice low poly mesh, but it still keeps the right shape. So now we need to do one more thing. Actually, I suppose, yeah, might as well. We're going to make sure the loft is selected, go into caps, and we're going to make both of them fillet caps, like that. You'll see it does screw up the geometry a bit. What you want to do is grab your first and last ones, so the ones in the end. I'm just going to click this little axis tool over here, take the axis in there, deselect the axis tool, and I'm gonna take this down a bit, try and resize it so it fits in nicely. There you go. And you want to just make it like a nice curve on the edge. This just makes it. Ooh, there's lightning. Jeez. Yo, not too sure if you can hear that. That is freaky. Oh yeah, I'm also helping out other people in Skype and stuff. So if you want to add me on Skype, just drop me a message and I'll send you my details, and you can, whenever I'm online, you can talk to me. I've been speaking to Visual lately, and he's been sending me files, and I've been helping him out, and we've been collaborating on stuff. So yeah, I'm always here for you guys if you need some help or whatever. So what we've done is we've just created a little bevel there, so it just makes a nice little smooth edge. So what we're going to do is we're going to amp up these sections over here. So under steps, just put it up, and we're just trying to get this gradient to look nice and smooth on the edge. So that's pretty alright. It's pretty cool, and that's pretty much all we need to do. Yeah. So that's the basic mesh done. We're just gonna subdivide it so it's a lot smoother. So we're just gonna before we go on, just copy and paste the loft a couple times, and then just delete whatever's inside. We're doing this because we're going to be making other pieces, like we're going to be making other parts, and we want to keep the same settings that we just created in the loft. So just copy and paste it, and then before you edit this one. So once you've done that, select the loft that you've created as this mesh, press C, right click, select, oh, no, what the heck have I done? Okay, wait, hold up. Layer manager? What did I just do? Add to new layer. Oh, freaking hell. Remove from layer. Did I just delete everything else? No, because the loft's still here. Oh boy, what did I do? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Remove from layer. Remove from layer. I have to delete layer. Oh my gosh, what have I done? Oh jeez. If I create a loft, it doesn't show up. Oh my gosh. What have I done? I'm just gonna see if I can set this up again. Oh no. Oh no. I clicked something, I'm not too sure what it was. Unfold all? No. Layer manager, no. Oh my gosh. Set as root. Oh crap. Oh my gosh, no. What have we done? I clicked set as root and something screwed up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, what? Hey? Hey? Yeah, there we go, got it. Nice. Alright. Don't do that. Okay. So what we're going to do is select the lot that we just created of the mesh, press C on it, right click, select children, and then say connect objects and delete. So that basically just made it into one object, but the thing is some of them still aren't connected. Like they look like they're connected, but they're not. Trust me. I'm going to delete all these point tags because they are useless. Well, they're not useless, but we're just not going to use them. You might hear some lightning soon again, so sorry about that. So we're going to go into point mode with the object selection, select all, right click, optimize. There we go. And you will notice if sometimes it doesn't happen, but a lot of the times it does. You'll see this really weird shading, like this long black line going along it. Don't worry, it's super fine. Go into Polygon Mode, select all of them, and you'll notice that there's a blue section along here. That just means that the polygons are not aligned properly. The normals aren't aligned properly. I don't know how to explain it properly, but it's just the way the polygons are facing. So we're just going to right click with all the polygons selected, say align normals, and you'll see they all go blue. We want them to all be orange. And then say reverse normals, and bam, look at that magic. We just changed colors. So yeah, now they're all fine and the shading's all good. So you can see the shading nicely. Now we're just going to make a subdivision surface, drag this in, and this might be, yeah, it's a little bit too smooth. So we want to take this out again, go into our select tools and go to, where are we? Oh wait, no, we need to be in line mode. Go into select and then path selection, sorry about that. and then we just want to, because when we put it in the subdivision surface, it smoothed out things a bit too much. We want it to define some of the edges, so we're just gonna select those edges that we want it to be, that we want it to define. So maybe those ones, maybe these ones over here. Just not the faces, just the edges that we want. So anywhere that's like a sharp edge that you want it to be defined. Just along here. Yes, my throat is destroying me. Yeesh. Just along here. And bam. Okay, so those are the edges that we want to define fully. So maybe this one over here. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click Bevel, and we're going to look at this really closely and bevel it just a tiny little bit like that, maybe. What you might want to click if it's screwing up a bit is Limit over here. What that does is it kind of joins the polygons when they get too close to each other when you're beveling. It's not in this case though, because they're very far apart. But if your bevel is screwing up, just click that and it normally fixes it. That is a feature only in R16 and up. So sorry for you if you don't have it. I don't know what to tell you. Try to be more careful with beveling. I don't know. So now we've got little bevels. We're going to drag it. Oh my gosh! Now that we have the little bevels, we're going to drag it back into the subdivision surface. Bam! And look at that. It's a very smooth mesh, and it's very high. Not high poly, but I mean we can make it as high poly as we want. And it's nice and smooth, and it's all cool, and it's actually a little janky on the edges, but that's fine. So yeah, there we go. That's our first piece of it done. I think that's a pretty decent piece. I mean, ooh, don't do that. There you go. We can add a texture to that if we want. So I'm just gonna quickly bring up one of the visualize presets. Go into metal and somewhere silver old. No, not silver old. We're gonna go for metal weathered. Yeah, that's cool. Put that in there, and then we're gonna go for rust. So under metal, scroll down to rust number 2. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna put that on top, and we're just gonna edit it a little bit. This isn't necessary. This is just for looking cool. I'm gonna go into transparency. I think it'll be turn that on. Copy this layer. Put this in here. You don't have to do this. I'm just making it look nice. Color. Gonna delete that. For now, just changing it into black and white so it registers black and white colors. You know, I don't know what to say. Actually, we don't need to do that. Steel and multiply. I don't know what I'm doing. What the heck? I did it fine the other time. Why is there such a problem now? Maybe alpha. Copy the channel, put it into alpha. Paste. I don't know what's happening. Either way, it should be fine. So we've got a nice little. Yeah, it's nice and rusty and whatever. It's pretty cool, I guess. Cool. So that's the first piece done. We're going to go into the second piece now. So we can just categorize this as first piece. If I could type, thank you. First piece, just put it in there, bam. And we are going to turn that off in the editor over there. So now we're going to work on the second piece in here. This is a much smaller piece. It's going to be a lot easier to do. I'm actually just going to make this out of a box because I don't really need to go through that whole process. You can if you want, if it's a more complex piece that you're going for. But I'm just going to use a box because that's literally just a box. So make it a little bit smaller, put it in the middle. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, like unless you're going for super fancy, then make it fancy. But I'm not going for fancy. I'm just trying to recreate this. Gonna put it like here-ish. Take it in a little bit. Oh, jeez. That's the sound of death, ladies and gentlemen. Never become a smoker, even though I don't smoke. it's just not fun. I don't know. I don't care if people smoke. It's just my friend told me he was gonna smoke today because he was bored. I'm like, why do that? You're literally just killing yourself for no reason. So what I just did there was I shaped it up how I wanted it to be, and then I selected the two edges and I beveled them a bit. So now I can shape this up a little bit more, make it a bit bigger, and let's see how this looks in a subdivision. Okay, that's wrong. We're going to solo this over here and select the UL for loop selection. Select the ends over here, just so we can define these edges so it doesn't creep in and screw up everything. Put this back in the subdivision, turn the solo off, and there we go, we got a nice smooth part. Oh, you're probably going to hear some lightning soon. That was pretty big. Okay, well anyway, that's the other piece done. Kind of. It's close enough. What we can do is just go into the cube, go to K for nav, go to loop selection, and then where it bends down over here, create some loops, make sure nothing's selected, then create some loops, if it would decide to work. There we go. Down there, and down there, and then select those polygons that you want to move down a bit, and then literally just drag that down. Bam. Sweet. From there we're going to make the last little thing. I'm just going to categorize this as piece 2, second piece, like that. Yes, my throat is dying. And we're just going to turn that off. Now with the last little piece, it just looks like a little strip underneath, so that isn't too hard to do. We can just create a cube, take this down here, bada boom. So yeah, this is super simple. And what I would do if this was a more complicated thing, like we can go and do other pieces now, but I mean I'm feeling really sick, so I might just do this and leave it at that. But what you can do is the process that I use for the first piece, so creating the layers like you would a CAT scan or whatever, you can do that for all the pieces. So you can make it wrap around the edges and stuff and look all cool and stuff, and I don't really know. Yes, this is really not fun. So there we go, that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the first piece done. I'm just going to create a little plastic. I'm just going to get a little plastic texture for the inside piece. Plastic glossy black. We're just going to drag that on. I actually want to make it matty black because it doesn't really look nice. Roughness. Put that up, down, down, up. There we go. And then for the little light, we're going to create a new texture. Not a little new material. Going to put on glow. Going to put on luminance. Going to change the luminance to like a blue. Going to change the glow to inner strength 0, outer strength 150, because that default strength is way too much. And there we go. Yeah. There we go, that's cool. And we're just going to drag that onto the cube that we just made. Look at it from this angle, and render that out. Boof. Maybe from this angle. Yeah, so I mean that's the basic premise behind it. Obviously there's no lighting in the scene, there's nothing in the scene, so it looks really crap, but the geometry is there, like that's what we're kind of going for in this tutorial. I'm really sorry that this was a bit short. Hopefully you understand what I'm getting at. You can just go through this process through all the other pieces, so like just create this piece for like this little cap on the end, go down here, all the good stuff. And then, yeah, I don't even really know what to say. I'm not too sure I can say anything because my throat is killing me. I'm saying that a bit too much. But, yeah, that's about it. Like, that's how you make the geometry, the lighting and everything. You can go over and I can make another tutorial if you want, but this is kind of how to make sci-fi text, and this is how you make sci-fi text. It's just you need to do more of it. Ooh. Anyway, I will see you guys in another tutorial, and yeah, have fun with lofts and all that good stuff, because lofts are a very nice tool. Anyway, cheers.